Well, hello there, everyone. How you doing on this terrific Thursday, May the 11th, year 2023? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. If you're a normal Monday through Friday worker, you're past hump day. You're past it. It's Thursday. By the time you see this, it's at least lunchtime on Thursday if you're on the East Coast, which means Friday's almost here. Now, if you're a shift worker, you might be off and getting ready to go back to work tomorrow night or tonight. It's hard to say. But if you're financially independent, every day is a Saturday. But when it is Saturday, you might want to stay in because stores and such are busier on Saturday and Sunday because that's when normal society's off. Remember, most of society is caught on that hamster wheel. They're just working for 40 plus years, retiring on Social Security, which may not be here if they're still working right now by the time they're in their 60s when they're eligible. So with that being said, I am Mazske Finance, coming to you currently from South Florida. I am not a financial advisor, not a CPA, not an attorney, not a doctor, not a nutritionist. Why do I say that little disclaimer there? Well, it's because I may talk on financial topics, I may talk on legal topics, I may talk on medical topics, health topics, etc., etc., etc. So I'm entertainment, I'm educational. I try to share experiences, my dreams, my goals, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to talk about a couple different things today like I do in a lot of my videos, okay? One thing I want to bring up is the magic of using credit cards wisely, okay? Everyone should do this, but if everyone did it, the credit card companies would change the game. But everyone's not going to do it because they can't. They are functionally illiterate. Financially illiterate is a better way to say it. Because if you want to learn the magic of credit cards, the first thing you need to learn how to do is not have credit card debt. You need to always pay off your debt. Never pay interest on your credit card debts. Never, ever, ever. Unless it's an emergency. Okay? That's the only time. An absolute emergency. Okay? Why do I say this? Why? Well, I just give you an example. I've talked about it before. I just flew to Texas and back for free. Completely for free. I stayed in a Marriott hotel on the Riverwalk in San Antonio, Texas one night for free. I just went yesterday with the missus. We went and got fingerprinted for the TSA pre-check. You know, if you fly that one line that's usually shorter, TSA pre-check, we have applied to that. It's not expensive. It was $78 for each of us. But what we did, we each used a credit card, a different credit card, and we should get reimbursed that $78. So it was free. And we get that credit card reward once every 4 years, I think it is. And the TSA pre-check is good for 5 years or something like that. But every time we need to get the TSA pre-check renewed, if they're still doing that, and if we still have those credit cards, we will hopefully get it done for free. That's what credit cards can do. I have used credit cards over the last 5 years, roughly, to fly numerous times to California, to Texas, from Virginia to Florida. I have rented vehicles for a week. I have rented vehicles for 10 days. I have stayed in Airbnbs. I have stayed in luxury hotels. I've eaten in nice restaurants, all for free or at a very reduced cost to me. Okay? If I can do it, so can you. There's no reason not to, as long as you can pay the bill in full every month where you do not pay interest. Okay? Now, I have friends of mine who don't do this. I have friends who do it. I have friends who don't do it. My friends, I'll give you an example. My boys who are in the Coast Guard, they deploy a lot. They don't do it like they could because they're out at sea sometimes for months on end. 3, 4, 5 months. It's hard to get the sign-up bonus on a credit card when you're gone like that. Okay? But even with that being said, when they're back, I don't think they're as quick as they should be to get a new credit card to get the bonus when they can. I have friends of mine, I will not name them, who say, well, I have this card. I get the points for it. But why don't they go and get a new card? Okay? Maybe they think they can't meet the sign-up bonus. Sign-up bonuses routinely are spend $3,000 in 3 months, spend $4,000 in 6 months, spend $4,000 in 3 months. something similar to that. Sometimes it might be spend $2,000 in 3 months. Okay, if it's something like 2,000 or 3,000, especially if you have a spouse and you have kids, especially, just add up your grocery bill and your homeowner's insurance and some other car insurance, and odds are you're spending $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, which means you can meet the sign-up bonus. If you want to do this and you can't quite meet the sign-up bonus, it's $4,000 and you spend $3,700 in 3 months. Could you perhaps, just a suggestion, could you perhaps buy a gift card using the credit card for several $100s, like a gift card, I don't know, to your grocery store that you shop at for $500. And by buying it, you now meet the bonus on the credit card. And now for the next couple weeks when you go shop, you got a gift card to pay the bill. Could you do something like that? There's gift cards for restaurants and other things. Could you do something like that? Do you get gift cards for Christmas or birthday gifts? Could you buy them with your credit card? Could you do that? Okay, I want to peek at something. Yep, okay, it's still there. Sorry about that. My grass cutter's on the other side of the canal, and they may be coming here, so I want to make sure they're still there. That'll give me a few minutes to finish this video up. Okay? But if you're a real estate investor, in particular, if you have any paid off houses or seller financed houses, if you have seller financed houses, you have to pay the taxes and the insurance separately because you don't have an escrow account with a mortgage, right? Because you're financing through an individual. Maybe you can't do it for the taxes. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But what about the homeowner's insurance, your landlord insurance for each of your houses? I pay 10 to 12 houses every month in insurance. I pay a lot of money in insurance every month. That's not escrowed in a mortgage. And all I got to do is put that on a credit card. And I didn't even do it on my last credit card because I spent enough in the grocery store and other stuff. I didn't need to. But if I just put that on the credit card, that might be $400, $500 a month. Then my car insurance that I have here is more money a month. My grocery bill is more, and stuff we might buy off Amazon or buy somewhere else, it's more, and it adds up because everything costs more. But if you use credit cards, it opens up a new world of perhaps that you have not touched yet. That's called luxury. You can experience luxuriousness. You could perhaps fly for first class. You could perhaps stay in hotels that might cost $1,000 or $2,000 a night, but you stay there for free. And so on and so on and so on. Or you can do everything cheap. Fly the cheapest flights you can fly coach. The economy, the cheapest. Stay in the bare bones hotel to save more, because maybe you don't do it like I do where you get all these excess points, and that way you can be frugal with your points. Okay? But with that being said, have you gotten on the property ladder? Have you bought your first rental house? If you bought your first, are you prepared to buy your second? If you bought your second, are you prepared to buy your third? Have you gotten accredited? Do you have a net worth of $1 million, not counting your primary residence? If you do have a net worth of $1 million, not counting your primary residence, that opens up other doors to you. Perhaps you can invest in mineral rights acreage like I do, or in oil drilling like I do. And it opens up another world to you. There's so many doors that can come open when you allow them to come open. You can meet new people. You can network. I've met a lot of people in Texas. I met some folks that could become lifelong friends. Now, I don't know if we will because we may never live close together, but yet at the same time, we can be friends who, when we meet up, we're like old buddies. Several different couples. Minnesota, one's in the Panhandle of Florida, some are in Texas, some are in California. And it's good to know people. It's good to socialize. It's part of staying healthy is by socializing and having friends. Okay? It's part of being healthy to get out there and experience life. Okay? We can do all we can do to eat healthy, exercise, but life can get cut short in just a blink of an eye. So while we're still alive, we should become financially independent where we don't have to work 40 hours a week plus commute time, and we can get out and experience life. If we are still working, and it's still going to be 5 or 10 years till we're financially independent, then you don't want to enjoy life too much and spend all your money so you can't save it and invest it. But you still need to get out and enjoy life. You need to smell the roses a little bit. All right? I have friends of mine. My door is always open if you want to stay here, unless we just got hit by a hurricane. Okay, then everything's in disarray. things are slowly getting back into shape here, slowly. The local hot spots like the pier and the beach and stuff, it's been 7 months since a hurricane. They're still closed. If you want to go to a beach and you're staying at my house, you might have to drive an hour and a half to 2 hours, okay? Because everything, it's going to be years till this area is fixed up back to like it was before. Years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's going to take a while. But still, and combine that with my house is on the market and I could be getting an offer any minute now and selling and I won't be living here, okay? But if I end up moving to Panama, I encourage you to come down and visit me. I don't know what kind of house I'm living in. I may not be able to put you up at my house. Or maybe you sleep on the couch because I have a small house. I don't know where I will live at. But it's cheaper to rent a place there, like an Airbnb and that sort of thing. And you're welcome to come visit. I will walk you through how you should travel and things you can do. And I'll hang out with you if I can. I love talking investing. I was able to, in Texas, I was able to talk investing with several different people. I absolutely love talking investing. I learned new ideas. I had at the rodeo, we ate our dinner with Timothy and his spouse. I forget her name. And Timothy told me he did buy some rentals and he has some mineral rights, but he now invests primarily in mortgage notes. And I had a book up here on investing in mortgage notes. It's in a box in my garage now. It's passive income. It can be lucrative. It's something I'd like to talk to him more about that. I did not get his contact information. I forget where he lives at. He'll come to me. But they were a nice couple. I met so many fabulous people there. Eckert staff, partners, and so on and so on. I know very nice people who are real estate investors. I love meeting them. And so on and so on and so on. And I love using credit cards to travel for free, sleep in some place for free, perhaps rent a car for free, perhaps eat in a restaurant for free, so on and so on and so on. If I can refer you to any credit card, if I'm able to, I can refer you, I think, to a lot of Chase cards. I can refer you to, I think, all of American Express cards. I can refer you to Hilton cards. I can refer you to a lot of different credit cards. What will that do for me if you do it? I'll get some reward points. Routinely, it's something like 10,000 points, maybe 15,000. But then I can send you the link, and then you can get the sign-up bonus. And you can eventually refer someone else. And then you'll get a little kickback, but you help them to get started. It's something that everyone should do as long as we first get ourselves out of credit card debt, consumer debt, so we can ensure that we can pay off our credit cards in full every single month. Okay? So with that being said, I should probably wrap this up. The grass cutters may or may not be here. My grass isn't that tall. They may just drive by and not cut my grass today. So with that being said, have a great day. Maskies signing out.